Good afternoon and welcome to Recovery Classroom. I'm Deb and I'm an addict. Today I'm going to talk to you about finding and building your support network. So I know Drew had talked about, I had a monologue on here not so long ago about checking in, like having that friendship and checking in with each other, and which is super important. If we don't hear from our friends or anything, a lot of times I like to think the worst, which is not great on my part, but it just shows that I have that concern for them. But anyways, the topic that I want to talk to you about is, finding and building your support network when you get into recovery. And I know it's really hard for a lot of us, because what I've seen in the most part, and I've done it too, a lot of us come to different areas, from where we're originally from. We'll go to like different rehabs in different towns or cities or whatever, and we know nobody, and we're new to this thing. We're just barely sober and clean, and we don't know how to build that support network and that friendship with other people in the rooms. So anyways, the way to do that is, number one, go to meetings. Meetings is the place where you will find these people. And even if you don't know these people, and it may seem awkward, and you're like, I don't really want to go up and ask for their number, but you just do it anyway. You just get over your fear and just move through it and go up there and just ask for the numbers and say, tell them your name, tell them you're new, and that you're looking to build a support network and get some numbers. And that's another way how you can find your sponsor too, is doing that. So like, if you're in a meeting, you're listening to somebody share about their experience, strength, and hope, and you like what you see in that person, just go up and ask for their number and start building that support network. I know early on when I was in recovery, I was very shy and timid and didn't want to ask for numbers, and I don't know, I guess I was afraid of being rejected in a way, and I was just shy back then, but I just had to push through it and just do it. Like, go up, introduce myself, tell them I was looking for some numbers, and they'll give you their number. They're not going to shy away from you or anything like that. They'll say, oh, sure, you can have my number. I have people, I have women come up to me and ask for my number, and I give it to them, and because I know I've been right where they were at. So that's the first thing that you do, is get numbers. The second thing that you do is you start calling those numbers. Even if, I was taught early on in recovery, call 3 people a day. Reach out to 3 people a day. Check in with them, see how they're doing. Let them know how you're doing. Even if it's just a couple minutes, and maybe you don't know what to say when you first pick up that phone. You just tell them, like, hey, I'm new to this. Just say a couple things. And eventually, I promise you, that conversation will start flowing. And then you'll start connecting with these people. You'll start seeing them at meetings. And then, a meeting doesn't have to be in an actual meeting place, like where it typically is. A meeting can, be at the Waffle House, at a baseball game, at a concert, whatever. And another thing that's super important is the meeting before the meeting after the meeting, is building that network of people. Because I promise you, when shit hits the fan, you're going to reach out and need these people, and they're going to be there for you. So that, with that being said, building that strong support network is super important, because you're going to need these people in your corner. It's not the same as who you thought was your old friends back out in the madness. Do they really have your back? Maybe not. But these people that you meet in the rooms, they will have your back, and they, like I said, they will be there when you call them. And if they're busy and they can't get back to you, you go down the list and you call the next person until you get somebody. And I will tell you, meetings are important. However, the biggest and strongest thing in my recovery has been my support network, because I reach out to them and I rely on them. And one of my support networks, I live with my partner. So I see him on a daily basis, and I do run stuff by him as well. But, I also have other people in my network, Drew and Drenda, Matt and Eric and all these different people. that I have in my network that I have met in these rooms. And then my sponsor, of course, So, like I said, it's super, super important to reach out to these people and to build that network. I can't not, push that enough. So, like I said, if you're struggling with it and you're a little backwards and you're not sure, first and foremost, go get the numbers. Make yourself a goal. To each meeting you go to, you say, okay, I'm going to get 2 numbers at this meeting tonight. 2 is my goal. I'm going to go get 2 numbers. Go get those 2 numbers. Okay. Next goal is I'm going to call at least one person a day. Start off small. And then maybe the next goal that you set up, okay, I'm going to get 5 numbers at this meeting or whatever, just start small and then build your way up. And eventually you'll just start calling these people and checking in with them and saying, hey, how's it going? They'll just be part of your everyday life. And it's really helped and keep me sober. And it's honestly, they are probably my closest friends today. So anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for keeping me sober. Just remember this Friday night is Crosstalk, 7 p.m. East Pea Ridge United Methodist Church. Come out and join us for that. And I hope you all have a great day.